Hello there, Site 42 staff, as well as those of you from the greater SCP Foundation. And welcome to another Cadbury Break with Dr. Sherman, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site 42. As always, I am Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director here at Site 42 of the SCP Foundation. And as I have done for the last 11 3/4 months, because the daily stream streak must remain strong, we are 9 days, this is absolutely the story of a girl, away from the 1-year anniversary of our daily stream streak. So we will finish the job. That being said, I am here as I always am for these last nearly 1 year to open my office door to you, the SCP Foundation staff, to answer your burning questions about this dark and mysterious place of employment we call the SCP Foundation. So whether you have questions about the anomalies we contain, the staff who contain them, the groups of interest who try to stop us from containing them, or hypothetical containment procedures that fall outside of the SCP Foundation's purview, perhaps they're from a different multiverse or pataphysical narrative level, i.e. fandom. Either way, we are here for the next 1 hour for today's chat. But before I begin today's stream subject, let me do a little bit of housekeeping. Just a factory. Congratulations on being today's #1 most punctual member of today's Containment Hazard Assessment team, i.e., congratulations on being first chatter. Meanwhile, alongside you, Dr. Vera Lovelace, Dr. Vincent, Captain Evil Greasy John, Titanborn, Senior Researcher Alex, Researcher Last, Sheeny, Tyrone Terragal, Cypher's Girl, Puppet Boy, Creepypasta George Harrison. Everyone who I have just mentioned, thank you for being here punctually, and thank you for being here as members of Site 42 on YouTube. We appreciate your membership and your service. On top of that, Stephen Tambari, Menti Andrea, Willow the Cat, Eternus Transmographus, Bored as Hell, and Solenhan. Welcome to today's stream. Thank you for being here punctually. And thank you for being here today, just for being you. So, before I get to the donations and the general chat, let me start with that little bit of stream subject. I've got a theory. It could be bunnies. So we all are familiar with today being the Easter holiday. And I could take you through the SCP Foundation's Holiday Hub, in which you go to the Holiday Hub and you see all of the SCPs relating to different holidays, of which we can pop on down to Easter. And we can find out SCP-292-DE, codename Sweet Easter, of which this is a drawing of the anomaly. According to current research and witness reports, SCP-292-DE is a figure resembling a cuddly toy bunny made of dark gray burlap. Body parts are sewn together with thick brown threads, etc., etc. It is capable of independent locomotion, preferring to move on its hind legs, although its stride is described as relatively staggering. So we have a stuffed bunny that appears near various settlements in rural areas in Germany the evening before Easter. Living stuffed bunnies, that sounds rather Easter, but can we get a little more specific? What about SCP-1325, the Easter frog? I'm sure that Dr. Frogman would be excited for the Easter frog, a species of frog, which, on Palm Sunday, an egg will start to grow from the back of every adult specimen of this genus of Easter frog. The egg will develop over the course of Holy Week until early morning Easter Sunday, when it will detach from the frog's back. The egg will be developed and attached, and then the frog will seek out sites where it is likely to attract human consumption before dropping it. The frogs are dropping Easter eggs for the humans to eat. Thank you, Easter frogs, for your contribution. Now get back in your containment box. And finally, SCP-4033, codename The Easter Bunny is Dead. Oh no. So we have a Cadbury cream egg that cannot be cracked, melted, eaten, or damaged in any other way. It's in a padlocked glass container, because we don't need to do anything else with it. Well, actually, we do need to do more testing, it turns out. Once you touch this with your skin, you will hear a voice saying, "Hooray! You want to join in my Easter egg hunt? I see you found the first one already, so hurry on, time is of the essence." And then you have an allotted time to find a painted egg that is nearby. If you find the egg, your entire stomach will be anomalously filled with Cadbury chocolate. This will make you very unhappy, but not dead. Because if you don't find the egg, you didn't get all the eggs. Oh well, don't worry, you get the runner-up prize. You undergo severe brain trauma and physical distress while remaining conscious. You will eventually be completely data expunged. So, the Easter Bunny is Dead is the name of the title, but it is also killing you. That is not great. Stephen Tambari, I see you quoting a humorous line from the television series and film Mega Mind. There is no Easter Bunny, there is no Tooth Fairy, and there is no Queen of England. All of these things are false, but they are all anomalies, which is why we have to contain them. Now, we could just simply look at the Easter holidays, SCPs, but that's not enough. We need to go deeper. And to go deeper, I'm going to remind you about the fantastic SCP Series 0. If you have not heard of Series 0, it is a... Wait a minute, I'm sorry. There is no Megamind TV series. There is no Megamind TV series, it was only a movie. Several of my researchers and interns are confused. Obviously, the Megamind television series is the superior version of the Megamind franchise. It is not burdened with that terrible deus ex machina of a dehydration gun, which makes the entire movie feel trivial. So, no, Megamind has to work for success in the television series, which is why it is the superior form of Megamind. Obviously, the dehydration gun just makes everything too simple. We don't need those simple plot tricks. So, yes. The Series 0, which is reinterpreting the SCP Foundation starting over from SCP-173, we have SCP-9853, the Easter Rabbit, which we spoke of recently. A horrifying Easter rabbit costume that spits out eggs like Birdo, and if you touch the egg, you become mentally linked to see, feel, hear, and perceive anything around the Easter costume, which we are currently using to fuel multiple iterations of torture. Because that is just how damn good we are at our jobs at the Foundation. So, you can enjoy the Easter Rabbit SCP-9853 for more bunny. But we're not done yet. Because if we want to keep celebrating Easter, because Easter is such an important holiday that we all very much appreciate and enjoy, then we can talk about the Jesi. Obviously, this is a holiday about Jesus Christ. And to which I say, obviously, what do you think I say? Which one? Which Jesus is truly the Jesus of Easter? Is it SCP-029-J, codename Uber Driver Jesus? Is it SCP-3305, Bread Jesus? Is it SCP-4477, Cockblock Jesus? Is it SCP-5991, Vor Jesus? Is it SCP-6542, Milk Jesus, aka Jesus? Or is it SCP-7966, Jim Davis, creator of Garfield, Jesus? So many Jesi to deal with, we are still researching which one Easter is actually about. But that brings us to the last iteration of Easter that we could possibly celebrate on this, the day of Easter. Bunnies. SCP bunnies, rabbits, hares are in great supply at the SCP Foundation. Let us count the ways. First of all, while I don't talk about this as part of my favorite SCPs, because as I always say, it would be sheer narcissism and favoritism for me to just outright say my SCPs that I wrote are the ones that are my favorites. But I did write an SCP that includes hares, bunnies, or rabbits. And that is SCP-3802, codename Hair Growth by Dedo. SCP-3802, of course, is a hair growth serum meant for cancer kids. And it does not grow hair, H-A-I-R, because this is Dedo. Dedo gets everything wrong. We need hair, H-A-R-E. And that is where the Dedo serum grows the bunny rabbits on your head, and they detach and they play with the kid, and they are very friendly pets to make the children quite happy. Now, judging by the phone call we have recorded with Dedo on this article, should we have maybe asked Dedo to cure cancer? Dedo claims outright could be curing cancer, instead making bunny rabbit hair growth serum for children. No, we should just, let Dedo keep doing the bunny thing. You don't know what's going to happen if we ask Dedo to cure cancer. Perhaps it will be a serum that obliterates crabs from the evolutionary model. And that would be probably bad, since everything eventually evolves into a crab. What would that do to all species on Earth? Very confusing. But as much as SCP-3802, codename Hair Growth by Dedo, is the #1 bunny rabbit article on the wiki that everyone believes is the best SCP rabbit-themed anomaly, there are, in fact, other Wait a minute! Titanborn. Researcher Titanborn. Agent Titanborn. I need you to fix something. You just typed the name Dedo with a capital D. It is well known that Dedo's keyboard has the caps lock broken. You cannot type Dedo with capital letters. That is against the code. Terrifying. Fix it in the next one. Meanwhile, yes, there are in fact other bunny rabbits, hares, and such on the SCP database. So, let's talk about them real quick. SCP-524, codename Walter the Omnivorous Rabbit. Look at how little that little bunny rabbit guy is. Look at how little that article is. Because SCP-524 has a very simple ability. It can eat anything. Anything. Which means we have to keep checking its containment cell, because it keeps eating its containment cell. So, Dr. Gerald has blessed us with Walter, the omnivorous rabbit, a wonderful little guy. Next on our list of SCP rabbits is SCP-2036. SCP-2036 are codenamed the Fire Rabbits. Here's an SCP-2036-1 for your imaging pleasure. The Fire Rabbits, quite simply, they are rabbits that when they die, spontaneously combust at 600 degrees Celsius. Rabbits just running around, they die. You can read into the documentation for why that happens. There is a reason, but we have too many rabbits to cover. We're moving on. SCP-1282. SCP-1282 are called, codename, Reverse Were-Rabbits. Ooh, wait, Puppet Boy. Puppet Boy. Forest Phi Hares. Real good punning there. Real good punning. Good quality. Thank you. SCP-1282, codename Reverse Were-Rabbits, pictured here. These are bunny rabbits, but if you put them under the full moon, they turn into people. And they're not just rabbits in human bodies. They gain proper intelligence, and we can communicate with them. So, Reverse Were-Rabbits. It's such a way to put that term because I guess they would just be were-humans. And so you need to be a little more specific for our documentation purposes. Interesting. See, Deirdre, you're on the right wavelength with me. Thank you. But that is not the end of our SCP bunnies. No, we must go deeper. SCP-7519, codename Rabbits Will Be Rabbits. There's an anomalous phenomenon that affects pregnant women worldwide. Pregnant women affected by SCP-7519 will give birth to a specimen of European rabbit at the end of their gestation period. They just birth a rabbit instead of a person. Prior to birth, the ultrasounds show a human being, but then they birth a rabbit. Now, the funny thing about this is that not only do these women birth a rabbit, but invariably, when these rabbits are born, the SCP Foundation also recruits them to staff. I don't know why we keep hiring bunny rabbits as SCP Foundation researchers, but once the woman gives birth to a rabbit, we hire it as a staff member. There is something particularly peculiar about this document. I implore you to read into SCP-7519 because I don't understand the reason we keep hiring bunny rabbits for staff. Furthermore, SCP-7755, while not a full-fledged bunny rabbit, is a severed rabbit's foot. When held, it creates a probabilistically unlikely occurrences that benefit the person who's holding it. So it is a, quote, lucky rabbit's foot. And at one point I'm like, okay, that's a pretty simple anomaly, stereotypical, we get it. But then I scrolled down just a little bit and I saw the phrase, an evangelical sect of the Galactic Federation. Somehow, the lucky rabbit's foot anomaly jumps straight to Galactic Federation. So that article is going from 0 to ludicrous speed very quickly. And this is not the entire list of SCP rabbits and bunnies. This is just the cursory glance of SCP rabbits and bunnies that I went looking for, or that I stumbled upon while searching the database. I'm certain there are plenty. Oh no. Oh no, I didn't even see this. You're learning this in real time with me. Investigation of potential extraterrestrial anomalies had been largely unsuccessful, as the majority of occurrences were civilian sightings of SCP-994, SCP Redacted, and one instance of SCP-5180. However, 4 possible leads were discovered. An evangelical sect of the Galactic Federation, that's what I read before, that was active within the area in early 1981. They were repelled from the region after a month due to conflicts with Mortimer's Paw, a minor group of interests based in the state of Florida, a group that describes themselves as warriors that protect Earth from extraterrestrial threats and defenders of alien life forms stranded on Earth. Why is there a group of interest in Florida that fight aliens? Help! Help me. I guess I'm not shocked. As shocked as I am. But okay. What perfect timing, Puppy of Interest 42, codename Charlie. You know exactly when I wanted to segue off this subject. Because obviously, there are so many SCP rabbits available on the SCP database, and we don't need to talk about any more of them. Instead, we're going to say hello to Puppy of Interest 42, codename Charlie, and she is going to be adorable, and on your behalf, she will get a delightful treat, because she is a very sweetie girl, the sweetiest pumpkin at Site 42. You know it. And then she will be on her way to freedom. And there is absolutely no more bunny rabbits on the SCP database that I would like to talk about. I have exhausted my interest in SCP bunny rabbits and hares. So at no point further in this stream do I feel the urge to speak any more of any sort of rabbit anomaly at the SCP Foundation. Happy Easter, complete, no more rabbit anomalies to speak of. We have done our due diligence for Easter. Good day to the Easter. Now, I will, since the stream subject has ended, successfully I might add, look at how much we talked about. We talked about Easter anomalies in the Holiday Hub. We got to talk about Series 0, advertise a brand new, excellent project on the SCP database. We talked about one of my SCPs, which I don't often do here on the channel. And we talked about a litany of delightful SCP rabbits. Now I'm going to come back to you, the Containment Hazard Assessment team, and we're going to catch up on those donations that came in while I was doing the stream subject, and then we will move over to the general Q&A for the remaining approximately 39 minutes left of stream. Fantastic. Oh, wait, okay. We are allowed one more rabbit today, everyone. One more rabbit is allowed on stream, and that is because a little scene visit from Cerberus. Cerberus is here. The little-known Agent Cerberus has joined us on stream. Hello, little friend. You are so soft. You are such a soft baby. So yes, I did lie. We are allowed one more bunny, and that bunny is here. Wonderful. Thank you, Agent Goose, the on-site animal wrangler. So, let me run down our donations and then we'll get to the general Q&A. Starting with SCP-953, thank you for sending a gold coin to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I am sure the Containment Hazard Assessment team will have a happy Yahoo! Thanks to your gold coin. Zeardrin, thank you for your 32 months as a level 1 researcher here at Site 42. We appreciate your long-term tenure as a member here at Site 42. We appreciate your membership and your service. Happy Easter. I totally didn't misplace the calf what? Cafeteria? Did you move the cafeteria? The cafe? What did you move? I guess we'll have to wait for more intel. Woescom, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a deviled egg on your way past the commissary. We got SCP-008 contained, thank goodness. Oh, that's absolutely wonderful. I am glad to hear there is no more zombie plague running around. It is truly an Easter miracle. We should thank the bunnies for that miracle good work. Tyrone, thank you for your 6 months as a level 1 researcher here at Site 42. We appreciate your membership and your service. 6 months and counting. Happy Easter, Dr. Sherman. Signed, Dr. Mask. Dr. A. Mask, happy Easter to you too. Thank you for your half-a-year term. Doc Duality, thank you for your for your 10 months as a mobile task force captain here at Site 42. We appreciate your membership and your service and the combat prowess that you bring to helping us win the battle against the White Names. Did you get that thing out of your brain yet? Lol, hi to Randa and Sam if you are here. Thing out of my brain. I think my brain is exactly as brainy as it needs to be. I don't think there's any foreign substances involved. I think it is braining just fine. Morgan, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a Cadbury egg on your way past the commissary. We used SCP-682 with SCP-729. That's great. I said no more rabbits. It wasn't my plan. We already have that termination test on the database. That thing completely destroyed 682 in such a manner that was so horrifying to watch that we completely expunged it from the database so no one would have to bear the knowledge of what happened. I didn't need an update on that. We already did that. Dr. Parasitic, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a egg salad sandwich on your way past the commissary. Fill the standard stomach. If your stomach is stapled with it, fill it to the standard stomach's limit, or will it try to fill as much as it should hold? I assume that it is filling the space with Cadbury egg cream. Therefore, if the stomach is stapled when the Easter Bunny is dead anomaly activates, I believe that the filled space would be filled, which means if your stomach is stapled, then the lesser space would be filled. That's what I imagine would happen. But we could always try it if you want to staple a stomach of a D class to try it. I'm not against it. Dr. Vera Lovelace, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself an omelette du fromage on your way past the commissary. So given the holiday, I decided to do something appropriate with the stress test of the duplicate universe. Hint, it may or may not involve bunnies. Well, it is very important that if things are going wrong, you've got to consider that it may be bunnies. A lot of people scoff at this theory, but I mean, they've got those beady little eyes and twitchy little noses. And I mean, what's with all the carrots? Why do the bunnies need such good eyesight anyways? Yes, so we should always be suspicious that it could be bunnies. Oats, thank you for your first donation of today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself some of those little solid chocolate eggs on your way past the commissary. Keyboard sucks. May I have SCP-458 along and droids? Yes, I do believe I saw you in the chat earlier talking about how the super chat keyboard sucks on YouTube. Which, by the way, reminder, that does mean if you make the effort to go to the Ko-Fi, Not only do you get a higher character count for your donation, but you get to use your normal keyboard, which sucks a lot less. Also, the Ko-Fi takes only 3% of your donation, whereas YouTube Super Chats take 30%. So we do appreciate you going through the effort to go to the Ko-Fi to remedy that. But yes, on this holiday, I will allow you to have access to the Infinite Pizza Box. It does seem fair. What are the droids for? That's what I'm concerned about. What are the droids for? Cypher's Girl, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a hard-boiled egg on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, can I clone SCP-729? -J for some Easter Silius? No! No, you may not! No one in their right mind would ever clone that abomination. No one has ever thought that to be a good idea. If they were absolutely insane. In fact, we are currently training Puppy of Interest 42, codenamed Charlie, to take care of such situations in the future. Are you ready? Are you ready? Yes. Get it. Get it, Puppy of Interest 42. Yes. Maul it. Soon you will be ready for the correct abomination. We will get it. Be prepared yourself for strong combat. You will prevail. Important things are happening at Site 42. Believe it. That doesn't look like a peep, Dr. Sherman. Of course it doesn't. We would never subject Puppy of Interest 42, codenamed Charlie, to such an abomination unless she were ready to kill. Clearly. Intern Dragons, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a, thank you for that. Sorry, I just got a little hazed there for a second. Sorry, it's not much, just want to say the pen tricks are cool. Well, thank you very much for the compliment on my pen tricks. Actually, today's video is somewhat about the pen tricks, as well as the, cool pen that I got. But why don't you grab yourself a peanut butter Reese's egg on your way past the commissary? $369 Destroyer, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a fried egg on your way past the commissary. Do we have any anomalous bilbies for the Aussies? They have the Easter bilby instead, after all. Well, first you're going to have to inform me what a bilby is, because I am unfamiliar with what a bilby is. What is a bilby? No, I'm not looking for a bibliography. I'm looking for a bilby. A bilby is a long-eared rabbit-like marsupial found in Australia. It lives in burrows and is active at night, feeding on insects, fruit, or fungi. Interesting. I am not familiar with this critter, being not from Australia, but I can tell you that is an adorable little chinchilla-like creature. Very cool. All right, well, I'm happy to do a little database shuffle for you, 369 Destroyer. Why don't we look and see if there's an SCP Bilby? Yes, the search has to include the word Bilby. There's a cat named Bilby. But other than that, no, there are no SCP Bilbies. We are at a dearth of Bilbies. So we could certainly use a little more Bilbies on hand if anyone wants to write some SCP Bilbies. Zakinator, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some tossed salad and scrambled eggs on your way past the commissary. I accidentally fell and now I have a green mask on. I don't know what that means. Did you become a Green Lantern when you fell? Did you fall onto a Riddler mask? Are you now the Riddler? What kind of green mask? I need more intelligence on what this is. Desk. Thank you for informing me that somehow I completely missed Oates' member message from the beginning of stream. Don't know how I did that. My apologies to Oates. Let me scroll back up. So your member message said, thank you for your member message and your 4 months as a mobile task force captain here at Site 42. Someone set up SCP-035 on my desk. That's bad. I checked the cams and it is Namrus. That's worse. My evil twin Dr. Namrus is here. Along with someone from the Chaos Insurgency. Also bad. Anyways, I need the containment druids down here. But you meant droids. Or did you mean druids? Now I don't know which one, the containment druid or containment droids. Different tools for different jobs, obviously. Okay, droids. You want the droids. That's good. They are better for different containment procedures than the druids are, obviously. All right. Containment droids. Launch. Oates' location tracker. Sold. Perfect. Now, returning to the chat. SCP 729 -J. Thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some rotten eggs on your way past the commissary. Easter Day is when I unleash all of my abominations worldwide. That is the worst thing I've ever heard in my life. This is a terrible place to be. I hate it. I hate everything. Dr. Lovelace, please start looking into other duplicate universes where we can abandon ship if this is going to be the case. This universe might not be habitable anymore. Now I'm going to jump ahead in the donos. I will jump back. But at the immediate generosity of Mr. Spade, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. And thank you for an incredibly generous first donation to today's stream. We greatly appreciate your generosity. What I want you to do, I want you to run to the commissary. And when you get there, I want you to walk up to the main commissary cash register worker. And I want you to say, Dr. Sherman promised me the goose. Hey. Not you. The goose, not Agent Goose. Because what you're getting is you are getting the goose that lays the golden eggs. The goose that lays the golden eggs is yours for the next 24 hours in return for your generosity. Do with it what you will at your discretion. Thank you for your incredible generosity to today's Containment Hazard Assessment team. Hello, Dr. Sherman. This is your outsider informant. Outsider as in Eldritch, I assume? I'm currently stuck and compromised inside of an anomalous space. The anomalous space being SCP-7819. After fleeing from what you call not deer. Ooh, dangerous. This is my first time dealing with anomalous activity. Help. Okay, so you're stuck in SCP-7819. I can just swap one digit here. 7819, codename No Vacancy, Keter/uncontained. If you are under the influence of 7819, please immediately refer to Addendum 1. It's a predatory location that manifests along exits of the United States numbered highway system in the contiguous United States. 7819's appearance is generally fixed. It presents a small roadside hotel or motel. So you got inside, and now you are being digested. Addendum 1, Survival Guide. Update to March 26, 1996. Oh, that hasn't been updated in a while. That's, I hope this isn't too out of date. Bring your car to an empty parking space. Select one that's surrounded by other vehicles. To separate yourself from the pack would attract attention. You saw nothing. Okay. This is very important. I'm going to forward to this to you, Mr. Spade. Okay. This is now being sent to your personal communication device. Please utilize SCP-7819 survival tips to get out alive, please. Also, thank you one more time for your generosity. Now, popping back to the chat. As a time check, we currently have 21 minutes left in stream, everyone. 21 minutes left in stream. Researcher Last, thank you for your 5 months as a level 1 researcher here at Site 42. We appreciate your membership and your service. Another universe is SCP-7209-J. Was spotted in the shop. What was that? I'm hearing things. Spotted in the shop. Well, burn the shop down with that thing inside. If there are clones, then we can use to get rid of a few of them. Just a Factory. Thank you for sending a gold coin to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure the Containment Hazard Assessment team will have a happy Yahoo for finding a gold coin. Woescom, thank you for your, I think, donating again? Yes, thank you for donating again. Am I the only one that is not disgusted by SCP-72? What is that? What is that? Anyways, I mean, not everyone is disgusted. Some of them are enraged or mortified. Everyone has their own reactions to SCP, that abomination. But I will give you a poll, and the poll will say, what is your reaction to that thing? And I'm going to leave you a positive or a negative. Or a neutral, I guess. I can leave a neutral as well. But first, this thing has to let me change the text of... Oh, there we go. What is your demeanor towards that thing? /pause /newt /neg parentheses the obviously correct answer. Start poll. There you go. Rank it in the chat. I know you will answer correctly. Mewini, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a Orange Julius. Those have eggs in them sometimes on your way past the commissary. Favorite rabbit SCP? Well, I would say SCP-3802, but again, that one's mine, so that would be cheating. Let's go with today. You know SCP-7755? Yes, Puppy of Interest 42, SCP-7755 is very exciting because they have the Galactic Federation being repelled by a bunch of Florida men, which I just find so weird that I'm interested. So for today, that's my answer. Might change next time you ask. SCP-3999, because Talleyrand is basically a little bunny, says Desk. Well, and probably in multiple timelines, SCP-3999 probably turned researcher Talleyrand into a bunny rabbit for torture purposes. After all, SCP-3999 did shove researcher Talleyrand into a looping iteration of the aristocrats joke as a form of torture, so I would not find it unlikely that SCP-3999 would put researcher Talleyrand into an iteration of Little Bunny Foo-Foo as a form of torture as well. Cypher's Girl, thank you for donating again to say. Already did. 1,000 of those abominations are running around site. I am going. Oh. I must be getting paranoid. I think I'm hearing things. Oh. Oh. You. Yes, thank you for donating again, you abomination. Sorry I haven't been on for a while. Been busy building my factories to spread around the world. Stop it. The one is enough. We don't need more of them. Why? Zakinator, thank you for donating again to say. I fell on an ancient Slavic mask and me face green. Oh, you fell on that kind of green mask. I see. All right, well, what are your plans right now? Can one of your plans be taking off the mask so that we can do some research on it? Seeming that you are very cogent and cooperative, it seems like maybe you could be the test subject for the mask in a way that does not give us problems down the line. I don't want anyone unpredictable getting ancient green masks on their face. Oh. Site 42, chat, do remember we have a moderator. The moderator has a blue name. If you do not listen to the moderator, you are missing some good jokes. You are missing answers to simple questions that I might not answer, but Desk will answer them for you. Or most importantly, you might be missing the fact that you are breaking the rules. And if you continue to break the rules, it doesn't matter if you didn't see it. Desk will act upon that. So pay attention to the moderator. Damian Spears, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a Eggs Benedict on your way past the commissary. Take my money and give me the half cat. Well, thank you for your generosity. We will accept your money. And you know what? In the spirit of Easter, why don't we have SCP Josie the half cat do some sweet cuddle times with you down the line? I think that's a fair thing to ask for on this holiday. Intern Transmographus, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a Egg Over Easy on your way past the commissary. For Dr. Sherman, has Puppy of Interest 42, codenamed Charlie, displayed any telepathic or grander insight in the multiverse? I recently observed a psychic pet interview. Agent Goose, has Puppy of Interest 42 displayed any telepathic or grander insight into the multiverse?
If she has, she hasn't told me yet, but maybe.
Interviews will be ongoing. We will question this situation. Researcher Gilbert, or Captain Gilbert, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a Egg McMuffin on your way past the commissary. Do you know how Clef's immortality works? And is he a reality warper or a reality sink? I know Dr. Sumerian is supposed to be probability-based. So Desk gave me an answer to this in the back channel. I'm going to jump over to it. This is the desk, who is our premier alto clef cosplayer and Dr. Clef fanatic, therefore would have more intel than I on the subject. Clef's immortality is top secret for those in the know. Some believe it is due to the Global Occult Coalition experimentations. Some say it's because of he maybe is Lucifer Morningstar. Considering the day, let's call it a, quote, Easter egg hunt. Is Clef a reality sink, or is he just an entirely too powerful reality bender? Who said he's either? Or is he just such a good liar that you believe he can do these things? All that remains is Clef is a constant, and I believe in all of you to read the lore and find out the truth. To quote a doctor in some timey-wimey bullpoopy, spoilers. As for Sumerian is immortal as well, yes. Their abilities are based around subconscious probability alteration. For the layman, think Weddle, but lucky. The Negawettle. So that's a pretty comprehensive answer for you, Captain Gilbert. You damnable thing, thank you for donating again. Like my comment if you want me to be the Easter Bunny next year. Do not like that comment! What is that? Was that the sound of you liking the comment? Don't like that comment. How's our poll going? Yes, 56% of people answered the obviously correct answer. Honestly, that number's a little bit low. Some of you, I'm questioning your life choices. Researcher No One, welcome to your newly minted level 1 researchership here at Site 42. We appreciate your membership and your service. That thing again, huh? That's just the first shop I took. Got a few more million shops to go. Hope you pick some of my assistant plushies up. No! 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 Ugh. I hope Dr. Lovelace, as that super overpowered timey-wimey bullshit equivalent in our universe, is able to cook up some cockamamie plan to delete you from existence. Zakinator, thank you for donating again to say, my plans are to destroy SCP-729 SJ. Everything's wrong. Everything's wrong. Well, at this point, you can destroy the vast majority of them. We have to leave one alive for testing. That's the rules. But all clones are open season. Muini, thank you for donating again to say, if 096 switches bodies with a researcher, would it react if you looked at its old face or its new face? If 096 switched bodies with a mortal human being. Well, first of all, that would make it a lot easier to contain it, because then if it freaked out in a normal human body, we could just keep that in a padded cell and get the job done. It wouldn't have its superpowers. But I bet it would still hate that its old face was seen, because that's the face it hates. Woescom, thank you for donating again to say, how would you contain chaotically good barbarian? Well, barbarians don't have to be anomalous. They are just angry guys with weapons. So if that's the route we're going, I don't need to contain that at all. But if it does have anomalous abilities, or if it comes from an anomalous species, then we would have to figure out how to contain that particular iteration of species regarding its, if it's a lizard folk versus if it's a gnoll versus if it's an orc. Different species have different needs for containment. Dr. Sherman, it is a series on YouTube. I've never heard of this before. So this particular Chaotically good barbarian. Alright, so there's a YouTube series. I can't really watch the videos on stream with you guys. But, alright, so is it Chaotic Good Barbarian? Does this, yes, it does have a wiki. I can look at this. Comically wide, muscular build, thick neck. Looks human to me. Humans, superhuman strength, superhuman speed, agility, axemanship, intimidation, charisma, high intelligence, torture methodology, indomitable will, invulnerability, and wish granting via the Dragon Balls. That doesn't count. So the only question is the invulnerability. Is that plot armor, or is that it is actually invincible? It seems to me like this is a human with plot armor, which means, well, pataphysically speaking, it might need containment. He is completely unstoppable, unharmed by any known monster, magic, or weapon, an incredibly powerful blade enchanted with every spell simply shattered after a single strike. Banshee was unable to move him after taking possession of his body, trapping herself. Not even a voodoo doll of him being twisted could harm him, as he didn't do so much as flinch as his bone broke or his neck was twisted. Even able to move the voodoo doll itself, making the doll tear off the face of the warlock who created it. Alright, well, basically, the question is, what does it actually want to do? Because this thing is essentially the SCP-3812 level narrative threat of its universe. And 3812, thankfully, is schizophrenic enough that it doesn't want to really do anything to us as long as we don't mess with it. So I'm wondering if we just let it loose into A Hero is Born, the books. That way it can go fight evil and just stay in there. Whoa. Sydney Huff, thank you for sending 5 100s to today's Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure they will keep it 5 times as 100 at your urging. Shane Gilbert, thank you for sending a press F. I'm sure the chat will show respect. Chester Factory, thank you for sending a litany of sparkles. 10 sparkles. I'm sure the Containment Hazard Assessment team, especially with Sheenie's added sparkle, feels quite bonita. Zakinator, thank you for donating again to say, I'll eat the clones, I wonder what the flavor is. That's not going to work. Because that thing is not a... Ugh. Why? That thing is not a candy peep. It is a stuffed peep. What you would be eating is fluff flavor with the possibly scented perfume they put on them for the holidays. Because Dr. Hessen say that abomination is scented. Chesta Factory and Sheeny, thank you for sending a combination of sparkles and pressing F to press F to pay respects. That's the phrase. I'm sure the chat will fabulously keep paying respect at your urging. Cypher's Girl, thank you for donating again to say, let them in, Dr. Sherman. It's time, they're waiting. No, that is not how... Is that the enemy at the gates? There is 4 minutes left in this stream, and I have a feeling that those are the last 4 minutes of peace I'm going to have today. Oh. Well, I'll have to see what happens when a good site director goes to war then. Oh, it makes my tummy hurt. Zakinator, thank you for donating again to say, ooh, the clones sound delicious, ha 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 ha. Well, if that works for you, then you can enjoy the delicious fluff, I guess. That honestly works for me. Do you think we could use SCP-3812 to get rid of SCP-343? Intern Duzen, we can't do anything with SCP-3812 because it does not like the Foundation, and it does not have full control of its powers. While it is able to wipe you off the map pataphysically, it really doesn't do so unless you annoy it, and it's certainly not happy to help the Foundation in any way, so no. While 3812 could completely obliterate 343, it won't do it. Captain Gilbert, thank you for donating again to say, call Clef and Sumerian and run, they can kill it. Well, I would enjoy it if Clef would help me out with this scenario, but calling Clef is always a problem in and of itself. So you gotta be careful wielding that weapon. It's going to be fine. I'm going to survive this, and I'm going to make all of them pay. Woescom, thank you for donating again to say, one time Barbarian turned a Banshee into bagpipes. I'm afraid to understand how that happened. I'm wondering if it's unique to a Banshee or if the Barbarian could turn anything into bagpipes. You damnable thing, thank you for donating again. I'm about to breach the gate. I'm about to breach your face with my fist. Dr. Lovelace, thank you for donating again to say, I rounded most of them up and teleported them into the center of the sun. Oh, if that were to be true, I would be very happy to have another Mary Sue's assistance in this manner. There's always another one, isn't fucking there? 369 Destroyer, thank you for donating again, and I really hope you can get the Liminator back up, because we could really use the lack rooms at this case. I made a counter to that thing, basing it on the normal peep shape. That strange alternate universe from the first hinted them as being a potential weakness. Every port in a storm. We need all the help we can get right now. Site 42 staff. Oh, shit. When Clef was asked to deal with the core iteration of that thing, Clef simply left a note on the document saying, nope. So Clef is going nowhere near that thing. And Site 42 staff, this is unfortunately the end of stream, which means that I have to tell you my favorite SCPs. Not going to tell you that the ones I wrote are my favorite, that's cheating, but you can read the ones I wrote. You can read the ones I wrote on my author page. You can go to my author page and read the SCPs I wrote. Also, there are the links. When you go to the links, you can grab yourself a patronship or a membership. You can do Ko-Fi donations or Super Chats. The best way to help Site 42 keep trucking is to directly donate, and we appreciate your generosity in doing so. Myself, Desk, and the other SCP staff members, it's getting more incessant. So we thank you for your generosity in helping Site 42 keep the lights on. If you can't donate, remember, Site 42's staff can also be helped by liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, all the YouTube business, so that you can help us to get other big SCP projects made by helping us to support other SCP creators. Yes, that is what I'm trying to say. It's getting louder. So thank you for helping us Mobile Task Force Site 42 to support the SCP community's authors, artists, animators, game devs, filmmakers, merch makers. I'm about to lose my fucking mind. And so, without further ado, my favorite SCPs in no particular order are SCP-999-304-3008, SJ-Spooky, SJ-503-1515-550-8980. I can't go faster than that. 399-304-3008, SJ-Spooky, SJ-503-1515-550-8980. Can't do the last one, so read. Site 42 staff. As I go once more under the breach, perhaps to mine very death, I thank you for your service here at Site 42. I appreciate your Containment Hazard Assessment Team work, your Mobile Task Force Site 42 work. May we end in one more song before we go to our glory or demise. Happy Easter, motherfuckers. Be safe, be well, and see you in the next stream. I touch the fire and it freezes me. I look into it and it's black. Why can't I feel my skin should crack and peel? I want the fire back. Now through the smoke she calls to me to make my way across the flame, to save the day or maybe melt away. I guess it's all the same, so I will walk through the fire, 'cause where else can I turn? I will walk through the fire and let it